Hey, you guys come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. As you guys come on into this live, say hi, hello, hey, all that awesome stuff so that I can see those of you that are joining me. Those of you that are new to my space, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Beverly Walthour. I am a business strategist specifically for established Christian female coaches who desire to accelerate their income and their impact without compromising their Christian values. Hey, Regina, how are you? And so, you guys, this is going to be a fairly short live. I'm actually going to go live a couple of days this week just with this series. Because once again, as my clients are sharing more and more testimonials, like we're finishing up with the June sales sprint. I had another person that reached out to me about her, she went from selling $27 services to, close a $12,000 package. Another one of my clients shared, she had her first 5-figure month, so she's going for another one, like that type of thing as well. And so I want to talk to you guys about what it is and how it is that my clients are doing that. Hey, Tisha, how are you? And so I want to go ahead and dive on into that conversation. So you guys, this week, like I said, today we're going to talk about your offer. Like what goes into a 4 and 5 figure offer? Like what are these people doing? How are they doing this? What goes into that 4 and 5 figure offer so that you can actually sell it consistently. So today we're going to talk about what goes into the offer. Tomorrow we're going to talk about how to price it. Okay, it's like, Bev, okay, you told us and showed us what we actually put in it. Now, how do I determine the price point for that offer? And then we're going to also talk about selling it. So my thing is, we're going to take this thing in steps. We're going to take these things in parts. My prayer is that you go through, hey, Dr. Peggy, is that you go through and actually implement what it is that we're talking about, that type of thing. Because I always, and I will continue to say this until my assignment with this is over. As coaches, specifically as my established Christian female coaches, if you ever don't invest in something, like if you're not investing in something, I want it to be because I don't want it to be because you don't have the funds. Like I don't want it to be where it's something that you do truly want to invest in. You feel like that's what you're supposed to be doing, but you don't move because you don't have the funds. And for a lot of us, the reason why we don't have the funds for it is because of how we, one, have our offer structure, and two, the pricing, and then three, the messaging that we have around it. So it's these different prongs to it. It's more than one part to it. And so I want to spend this week just having a conversation about the different components to this thing. And like I said, my prayer is that from this point forward, you don't ever not invest in something because you don't have the funds. Because my thing is, entrepreneurs, like we can't get our time back, so we're always so very mindful of our time and what we're using and investing our time in. But my thing is, money should be something that where you should, and especially as a business owner, like you should be able to go out and sell something. Like if there's something you want to invest in, you should be able to go out and sell something, and within 24 to 48 hours have the funds that you need to be able to invest in the thing, whatever that thing is. And so we have to get into that point in that space, in that place, especially us as entrepreneurs, because that's who I'm talking to right now, specifically my Christian female coaches. That once again, if you see it, it's something out there that you feel like you're supposed to be a part of. And like I said, you're looking at your account, you're like, okay, God, what's going on? And then once again, there should be things that you should be able to put in place. So whether or not it's an email that you shoot off, whether or not it's a post that you put out there, whether or not it's something that you have in messenger with, or pick up your phone or have a conversation with people to where you're able to bring those funds in so that you are then able to move and do XYZ, whatever the XYZ thing is, that type of thing. Hey, Anita. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So once again, what goes into a 4 and 5 figure offer? We'll talk about that today. And then once you know what goes into those offers, then tomorrow we'll talk about, well, how do I price it? How do I decide on the price point for that thing? Because like I said, I shared yesterday on my personal page. I got a message once again that she closed a $12,000 offer, and I remember when she came to me, when we first connected, and so I just had to ask for myself, just as a reminder for myself. And so I said, well, what were you charging for your services when we first met? And she was like $27. And so to go from $27 to $12,000, that type of thing. And then, like I said, one of the ladies, in my June sales sprint, she just shared, she had her first 5-figure month. And so, of course, when you get into that space, it's like, well, wow, I can do this. And so, like I said, we're going to talk about the components of that and what it is that they're doing. How I've had clients go from a $500 offer, 5,000, and then sell it within 48 hours when they weren't able to sell it at the $500 price point. Like, we're going to talk about what it is that they've been doing. And so, hey, Lady T. And so I want to talk about it over the next couple of days. So that way, like I said, my thing is to give it to you in bite-sized chunks, you implement it, and then I want you to actually go out there and sell some stuff. How about that? And so once again, those of you that are new to me, definitely welcome to my space. Those of you that are catching this on the replay, type in hashtag replay, leave your questions, your comments, all that awesome stuff. Okay. And so this right here is a couple of things. This is one of the biggest things. When clients come to me, because usually the number one reason that they come to me is because they need support with how to price their services. And once they have it priced and they want to be able to bev, how do I consistently do this thing? How do I consistently sell it? And so 9 times out of 10, we start with their current offer. 9 times out of 10, we start with their current offer. I am such the believer of using what you have in your hand. I am such the believer of using what you have in your hand. Instead of you starting from scratch, unless you don't have anything. But most of my clients, when they come to me, I work with established coaches, so they already have something. So we use what they have in their hand. So once again, I don't want you to feel like, hey, I have to create something spanking brand new. You don't. Most of you guys, what you currently have is just underpriced. The way you have it structured and the way you have it priced and the messaging around it is the issue. It's not that you have to create something new. And so I need for you guys to know and understand that. For 99.999% of you guys, you're going to be able to do this with the current offer that you have. And so usually when someone comes to me, we go through and we do a deep dive in and out of their offer. And one of the first questions I'll ask, is going to be some of the same questions that I'm going to talk about and ask you guys today. But like I said, I always ask them, well, what's your current offer? And then we do a deep dive into their current offer. And the way that I have my clients structure their offer is 7 questions that I ask them. Usually by the time we get to question number 3, they're like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that I've been underpricing all this long time. And my thing is, it's not about, there's no condemnation because we can't change anything about what we did in the past up until that point. But my question is, what are you going to now do with this information now that you have it? And once again, 99% of them end up raising the price on their current offer. But like I said, it's not just about slapping a zero on the end of that number. Once again, there's a series of questions that we go through, a series of questions that I ask them. And a part of the purpose of those questions is for a mindset shift. It gets them to shift their mindset, or for a lot of them, it's actually a paradigm shift, like the whole entire way that they've been used to seeing things and doing things and moving. It's a whole shift in their paradigm. And so, like I said, what I want you to do is, I want you. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And so here's Tiffany. Here's Tiffany. Here's Tiffany. I love Tiffany. You guys, look at what's up on this screen. I just want you to see what's up on this screen so that you guys can see the possibility. And so once again, when you get into that space and place mindset wise, paradigm shift wise, when you get into that space of owning the value that you bring to the table, when you get into that space of walking in that and operating in that and understanding that makes such a huge difference. So I'm just going to keep this on the screen for a second. I just want some of you guys to imagine what it would look like, what it would feel like if you were fully booked out to the end of this year. So right now, the current time of this I love it, Tiffany. At the current time of this recording, once again, it's July the 10th. So at the current time of this recording, when I'm doing this live, it's July the 10th. Tiffany just popped up here. Look, I'm fully booked out until December. I'm fully booked out until December. I just want that to sit with some of you guys. Imagine what that would look like, what that would feel like, being in that space and place like that. So let's just look at that for a second. Let's sit in that. How powerful and impactful would that be? So let's talk about, well, what do I do? What do I do? Because people are like, hey, I don't have a current offer because I don't have nothing to offer. But I want you guys to see the possibilities. I want you guys to see the possibilities. Tiffany, do you mind if I share the story with them? I want you guys to see the possibilities of what's possible once again when you know how to position, when you own what it is and how it is that you bring to the table. Tiffany, can I share with them what you started off as? When we first met, Tiffany. I love Tiffany. I love Tiffany. I love Tiffany. And so, you guys, once again, when I tell you, it is possible. And for a lot of us, once again, where you are is not where you have to end up. So, you guys, Tiffany is the $27 person. Tiffany is the $27 person. And so the thing is, she's not the only one. Like, she's not the only person who came to me and they were at the 27 and 25. Those were the two numbers. Like, another client was at 25. I'm like, oh, what we doing? What we doing? What we doing? But you guys, I'm telling you, it is so possible. It is so possible. It is so possible. And I want you to sit and look at Tiffany's other comment. It was not so long ago that I was scraping for unpaid client. Like, when I tell y'all, when I tell you with Tiffany, and once again, when I think about how far Tiffany has come with what it is and how it is that she shows up, and for Tiffany and you guys, this is one of the things that I tell people as well. Because one of my current clients, I'm really trying to get her to shift in her mind where she feels like her thing is when she looks at being in the online space because she's used to selling offline. And so when she thinks about coming into the online space, she has such a huge mental block. She has such a huge mental block. And I'm like, so why do you feel like you have to shift it online? I said, for you, we need to work on your pricing. That's what the main issue is. I said, but continue to do what you're doing. And so once again, some of you guys that are having these blocks, I'm going to tell you, for some of you guys, it may just be looking at what you're currently doing and make tweaks and changes to what you're currently doing, making tweaks and changes to what you're currently doing versus trying to create or do something brand new. Make those tweaks and changes to what you're currently doing. So if you're currently operating in offline and you're used to that and you're making sales, but it's not at the level that you desire, then once again, let's go ahead and change that. This is going to be another thing as well, Tiffany, that we're going to talk about. Who you are serving. Too many of you guys are begging people to work with you, and you have to stop it. You have to stop it. Okay, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay. So, like I said, let's look at your current offer. Let's look at your current offer. And once again, this who that we're serving, that whole who that Tiffany's talking about, like I said, we're going to have that woven into everything that we're going to talk about over the next couple of days, because that is going to be a huge thing, is looking at who you serve, how you serve them, all of those good things. Okay. So once again, looking at your current offer, for a lot of you guys, it's a matter of tweaking your current offer. And so I'm going to ask you guys a couple of questions when it comes to your current offer. So once again, I want your mind churning. I want you thinking about some things. Um, sorry. I want your mind churning. I want you thinking about some things when it even comes to your current offer. Okay. So even with your current offer, I want you to ask yourself, what is the right now problem that your current offer solves? What's the right now problem that your current offer solves? What's the right now problem that your current offer solves? What's the right now offer that your current what's the right now what's the right now problem, sorry, that your offer solves? I want you to ask yourself that right now problem. What's the right now problem? That thing where they can't wait for that change. They can't wait for whatever it is. They can't wait for it to be like, they can't wait until January. They can't wait until next month. Like, they're like, I have to start working on this thing right now. So, what's the right now problem that your offer solves? If you cannot answer that question, you're not going to be able to sell it. If you cannot answer what the right now problem is that it solves, you're going to continue to sell it consistently. And this is the thing, you want to be super crystal clear. Like, sometimes we have all these similes and metaphors that we're using, and they're going straight over people's heads because they're like, okay, was she talking to me? What is it? I don't sure. I'm not sure. All of that stuff. Hey, Ruth. Hey. So I'm seeing some of you guys answer my question. They're stuck in unforgiveness. My current group struggles with time alignment, strategic action items, accountability, tangible results within 8 weeks. So, you guys, once again, I want you to ask yourself, what is that right now problem that your offer solves? What's the right now problem that it solves? And then I want you to ask yourself, who does it solve it for? Who is that offer for? Once again, now me speaking specifically to my established Christian female coaches, once again, we have such a heart for supporting people and helping people and all of that stuff like that, that we get stuck in this space of trying to help everybody. You guys, everyone is not your ideal client. I actually call them your next level client. Everyone is not your next level client. And so this next level that you have decided to walk in, there are also next level clients. And this next level that you've decided that it is time for you to walk in, I want you to think about your own mindset. You're ready to take action now. You're ready to invest now. You're ready to do the work now. Those are some of the characteristics of your next level ideal clients. Those are some of the same characteristics. They're ready to take action now. Remember what I just said. What's the right now problem that your offer solves? They're ready to invest now. They're ready to do the work now. They're sick and tired of being sick and tired. So who does your that next that this right here, that right now problem, who does it solve it for? And this touches a little bit on what Tiffany was talking about when it comes to the who. She had to change who she works with. Once again, some of you guys are trying to drag people across the finish line, kicking and screaming and trying to get them to see the importance in investing, trying to get them to see why they need a coach, trying to get them to see why what they're currently doing. No, I'm not begging and pleading with people, period. We are not doing that. We're not doing that anymore. This right here, Lady T, and I tell you guys, and this right here, when you come to this space and you own and you operate in this space and you're okay in this space of what Lady T said, that it was something she had to learn the hard way. Not everyone is for me, and I'm not for everyone, period. Period. And so, once again, you being okay with being in that space. No problem, Dr. Peggy. Yes, on my way to see potential clients. I love it and love you too, Dr. Peggy. And so, you guys, like I said, I want you to think about the who that you serve. The who that you serve. Do they have the time to invest in your services? Some of you guys are like, my people are busy professionals, but my busy professionals, I want them to meet with me 2 days a week for an hour and a half for the next 12 weeks. That don't even make any sense. That doesn't align with who it is that you say that you're describing, that you want to serve, or that you're supposed to be serving. So if they're a busy professional, how much sense is it going to make that they're going to be able to meet with you 2 days a week for an hour and a half, 2 days a week? You're doing that 2 days a week for an hour and a half because you're trying to justify the pricing versus you realizing, hey, I work with busy professionals. So they're not going to have the time to meet with me 2 days a week for an hour and a half, 2 days a week. So what is it and how is it can I go in and serve those busy professionals in a way to where they get what they need and they're still able to move through life? That's what it is. Some of you guys, once again, there's a disconnect with who it is that you're talking about you serve and how it is that you're serving them. There's a disconnect there. And so as long as you continue to operate in that disconnect, the sales are not going to be as consistent as you desire for them to be. It's just not. It's not going to happen. So once again, go back and look at who it is that you serve and how you're serving them. The next question, so like I said, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. Once again, I want you to answer these questions from the perspective of the current offer that you have. Okay? The next question I want you to ask yourself is, what is your next level client? Once again, the color idea, I'll call it your next level client. What is your next level client? Google it. We're just going to turn it into a verb. We're just going to turn Google into a verb. What are they Googling or searching out on YouTube? Like literally, what are they out there on Google? What are they typing in when it comes to the problem that they have? What are they actually typing? How do I write my book? How do I get my book written? How do I get a promotion on my job? How do I move into the C-suite? How do I find the man of my dreams? How do I get people to come to my events? How do I start my business? How do I raise my prices? How do I start my e-commerce store? How do I do Google ads? What is it that they're out there Googling, or what is it that they're out there searching on YouTube when it comes to the problem that they have? Let's just break it down to the simplest terms. Like I said, some of you guys are using all these similes and metaphors and all of this stuff like that, and it's going over your people's heads. It's going straight over their head. But what are they out there Googling? What are they out there searching for on YouTube? Look, 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 look. But that's what they're out there asking. They're out there trying to figure these things out. And once again, what it is that you have will help them to do that. Are you speaking to what it is that they're out there searching for? I'm asking, are you doing it? Are you doing it? Are you doing it? Ask yourself that question. Like I said, it's gonna be 3 questions. Well, actually 4, because I broke one of them down into more than one part. So once again, looking at your current offer, is that something that your people are looking for? What it is that you have out there that you're putting out there and offering? Is it what they're looking for? Literally, is it what they're looking for? Is it literally what they're looking for? For some of you guys, like, babe, I have no clue. I don't even know. I don't even know. That means you need to have more conversations with your ideal clients. You need to be in there. You guys, when I tell you my inbox is on fire right now, because I'm asking these questions, even the content that I put out on my page. Once again, every question that I put out there, even if it seems like it's something so small, not related to business, there's always a strategy behind it. So even the other day when I asked that question to people who were on Threads, I don't care if you're not on Threads because I'm not talking to you. But those of you that did sign up for Threads, what was your reasoning behind it? What made you go ahead and jump on that train, so to speak? Have questions with your people. Have conversations with your people. Once again, you can use your content as a way to have conversations. Some of you guys, and we're going to talk about this later when it comes to about sales and stuff, but some of you guys, you have to know and understand how to create content that's market research, that will get your people out there and that will get them to answer questions. Yes, 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 yes. I'm telling you guys, everything out there is everything is so strategic. It really is. Even that post that I put out there today, hey, if I created a physical product, what would it be? There's always a method to my madness. And this is what I show my clients. This is how I show my clients to do. When you're seeing what I have testimonials and they're like, Bev, they're flooding my inbox. Bev, I got so many leads. It's because of this. We're doing this. We're asking these questions. It all serves a purpose. Because you guys think about it. What we're called to do is to solve a problem. Am I actually solving a problem? If, like I said, if you're like, well, Bev, I don't even know what they're out there searching for. Bev, I don't even know what questions they're asking. Then we have a problem. We have a problem with your problem. There's a problem there. And so this is the thing. So, like I said, knowing these types of things. And once again, there are powerful ways for you to be able, because one of the biggest things I always tell my clients is, don't put a post out there on social media saying, what are you challenged with? Especially if you don't have any engagement or anything like that. Don't put out a post and say, what's your biggest challenge? Especially if you have not built the community. Because they're not, well, man, I see other people doing that. Those other people have built communities. Listen to what I just said. So if you have not built that type of community, with the people who are connected with you on social media, there are other ways that you can ask those questions without just flat out saying, hey, what are you challenged with? Hey, what's your biggest pain point when it comes to you trying to get a new job? That type of thing. That type of thing. Y'all know I love y'all. You know I love y'all. So you guys, I'm telling you, this right here is so pivotal. Asking the questions, figure it out, and asking yourself, what is it that my people are asking for? What is it that they're asking about? What is the problem that they're trying to solve? What's going on? And once again, you have to take the time to ask the questions, to have the conversations. So there are conversations that I'm having out here on my page, so the actual content that I'm putting out. And then there's conversations that I'm having with people in Messenger. And I'm asking them questions. And this is the biggest thing. Sometimes you guys will get so excited. Somebody might hop in your box. Hey, Letitia, I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Oh, here's my link. Let's go ahead and schedule a call. No, I don't do that. Just because someone comes to me and say that they're ready to work with me, I still ask them questions. You guys pause. Take a breath. Pause. Ask questions. Those pre-qualifying questions that they have to answer to get on the call with you, which is at this point, if I'm talking to my established coaches, there should be pre-qualifying questions that they are asking before they even get on a call with you. Those pre-qualifying questions are very important because that's market research. That's market research. That's market research. And it's so important. Slow down and take the time to do that. You guys, I'm telling you. So many guys, the reason why some of you guys are not converting, like you may be able to get people on calls, but they're not converting, is because you got them on a call too soon. You got them on a call too soon, period. Most of you guys, the people that I work with, you're beyond the stage of just getting people on calls just to see. No, you're beyond that. You're beyond just hopping on calls with people just because. No, we're not. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I'm just saying you're beyond that in your business. You're beyond that. So take the time to ask the questions. Well, if I ask too many questions, they're going to go to somebody else. We don't operate in fear and lack in the kingdom. There's no fear and lack. So we're not operating and we're not coming from that space. We're not coming from that space in the kingdom. So I'm not even worried about none of that. I'm not worried about any of that. Okay. Now, the next question I want you to ask yourself, looking at your current offer, the current offer that you have, because like I said, most of you guys start with what you already have in your hand. We don't have to create something new. Start with what you already have. And for a lot of you guys, that group coaching program can be your one-on-one, or vice versa. Your one-on-one could be your group coaching program. Like some of you guys are doing too much. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. What Medina said? We're doing too much. We're doing too much. Y'all doing way too much. Y'all doing way too much. So now this final question, I want you guys to ask yourself about your current offer. How does each component of your current offer solve that right now problem we were talking about earlier? How does each component? So if you're saying, okay, week one, we're going to work on mindset. How does that connect back to the right now problem that your people have? How does it connect back to that right now problem that they have? And then how is it going to take them to where it is that they desire to be? How does it take them to where they actually want to be? By working on their mindset. Those of you that have week one, we're working on mindset. Which if that's all that you have on there, you got an issue. There's an issue with that offer, the way that you have it structured. You should be able to clearly convey each component of your offer, how it connects back to the problem, that right now problem that we were talking about. And you should also be able to connect it to what it is that they actually desire, what it is that they actually want. Are you able to do that? Are you able to clearly and succinctly be able to talk about those things? To be able to make those, connect those dots. You connect the dots. Don't just expect people to know. Are you able to clearly and succinctly talk about those things? Showing people how each one of these components of it It's going to not only help them solve their right now problem, but also be able to support them in walking into whatever it is that they desire. This is your content right here. Those of you that struggle when it comes to content and people connecting with your content, this part right here, this is your content. This part right here, I like to call them my tangibles and my intangibles. My tangible and my intangibles. This part right here, when once again, and it connects to this question that's floating, but these two questions that are floating below my face. What are the tangible and the intangible things that your people walk away with as a result of working with you? Or we can connect it back to that first question. What are the tangible and intangible things that they walk away with? All of us have both tangible and intangible. I don't care what type of coach you are. There are tangible and intangible things your people should be able to walk away with as a result of working with you. Hey, Wanda. So once again, I want you guys, these questions that I asked, I want you guys to look at your current offer. So when you get off this live, within the next 24 hours before I do the next one, because the next one we're going to talk about your pricing. I'm like, my Fitbit over here just going off. I made my little step goals for the day. But you guys, I'm telling you, I want you, and once again, I told you guys, I asked my clients a list of questions, about 7 questions that I asked them. These are just a couple of the questions that I asked. But getting back to your offer and looking at what it is that you offer. Because once again, with your offer, each one of these questions, my goal is designed to help you look at this through the lens of the transformation. Some of you guys go like, hey, it's just a 12-week program. No, it's not just a 12-week program or an 8-week program. Well, hey, it's just a Facebook group, or hey, it's just a work. No, if you're looking at the components, we might talk about each part of it, each component of your offer. If you're looking at it as it's just this or it's just that, there's an issue. We have to shift you. There needs to be a paradigm shift. You want to look at it through the eyes or the lens of the transformation that your people receive as a result of working with you. Why should they invest in your services versus something else or someone else? Why do they not? Why should they just keep this in the bank? Why should they just keep the money in the bank? Why should they invest? And once again, it's not about you convincing anyone that they need to work with you or convincing anyone that they need a coach. I'm not doing that. But when you understand this and you look at this through the eyes or the lens of the transformation, it makes such a huge difference. You walk in there with a level of confidence, like, yeah, you know what? The people that I get in here, my next level clients, that they get in here and they follow this process, these are the types of results. This is the transformation that they're going to achieve as a result of working with me. So every piece, every component should yield some type of result. It should you don't just add a bunch of stuff and just put a bunch of junk in there, a bunch of stuff, I'm sorry, everything in the kitchen sink, trying to justify the price point. So once again, a lot of my clients, when you're seeing these testimonials, somebody going from 1,500 to 5,000 and selling. We're going for $1,000 to 5,000 and they're selling. From 1,500 to 7,500 and they're selling within 48 hours. It's because of the questions that we go through. Once again, questions similar to this, because my goal is to get them to view it through the eyes or the lens of the transformation. And when they're able to see that, once again, it's such a huge paradigm shift. And that's how come they're able to make such changes when it comes to the way that they're looking at their offer. So like I said, we start with what they have. We use their current offer. But it's all in how you look at it. A lot of us, we weren't trained on how to actually create a coaching offer. You weren't trained on how to do it. And so when you get into the weeds, and I always tell people, my background is in education and training. Like, I went to school for education and how people learn. Like, I had to understand how people learn. So I literally had to take classes and courses and all of that stuff when it comes to being able to create. Of course, as an educator, we had unit plans and all that stuff like that. But once again, we had to literally get into the mind and the psychology and all of that stuff of how people learn. And so for a lot of people, they have not had that level of training when it comes to being able to create programs and offers and all of that stuff. I see a lot of people that are out here trying to create. I'm like, that's not how this works. That's not how. Okay, but you gonna do you. But I'm telling you, when you're able to get through and actually um, when you're creating these offers, and like I said, these are some of the key components, some of these questions that I'm asking, these are some of the key components that you want to make sure that you incorporate when you're structuring your program, when you're structuring your offer. So whether or not it's a VIP day or whether or not it's your 12-month mastermind, even your freebie, and I tell people this all the time, even your freebie, people should walk away with the transformation. People should walk away with the result, even with your freebie. I love this, Tiffany. I love it. You guys, I'm telling you, even with your freebie, people should walk away with the result. This live right here is a freebie. This is a freebie right here. This live is a freebie. It's a freebie. I want y'all to go back and look at your offer. I want you guys to ask yourself this question. These questions that I asked you, I'm not just doing this for show. And I'm telling you guys, like I said, I have more testimony. I haven't even shared. Y'all, I'm like, the testimonials coming in faster than I can keep up with. But that's what I want. I want you guys to take this information, implement it, and get the results. Like I said, the very beginning of this live, if there is ever anything that you want to invest in, I don't ever want it to be because you didn't invest because you didn't have the funds. I don't ever want that to be the case. I always want you guys to be in that mindset of if you see something and you look in the account and you don't have the funds, first of all, we know we walk about that. Okay, God, look here, God. This is what it is that I'm desiring. Holy Spirit, what's the game plan? And if it's an offer that you're supposed to put out there, you should be able to put that offer out there and have that level of knowing and confidence that if you shoot that email or put that post or go live or do a reel or whatever it is, have a conversation with someone, that you're going to be able to generate the funds. This is the part right here. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying. So you guys, like I said, I wanted to hop on here, have this conversation. I'm going to be on here every day this week, probably about noon, every day this week. Once again, because I want you guys to be in that space and place, especially those of you that are truly like, hey, I want to, Bev, I'm seeing these testimonials that you're talking about with these people. I want to be able to consistently sell my 4 and 5 figure offers. Bev, how do I do it? And like I said, today we just started with the offer. We started with the offer. Tomorrow we're going to talk about the pricing. Then we're going to talk about selling. We're going to talk about the messaging and all of that stuff that's around it. But even with this, I just want you guys just to start with these 3 questions. And like I said, this is only 3 questions. But I want you guys to start with these 3 questions and look at your current offer. So if you're just now hopping on the live, definitely make sure that you go back and you watch the replay to this so that you can catch the other questions that we had. And then I want you to ask yourself those questions with your current offer. Ask yourself those questions with your current offer that you have. Now, of course, we're going to go into more detail with this. Those of you that are going to join us for the Sign Your Next $2,000 plus coaching client 5-day challenge, we're going to go into more questions. Those of you that are joining us in the challenge. So those of you, if you're looking to sign your next $2,000, and notice there's a plus sign after 2,000. If you're looking to sign your next $2,000 plus coaching client in 5 days, then I'm going to invite you guys to join us within the challenge. Now, you've seen this link floating around and emails have been sent out and all that stuff. You've been tagged. I'm in messages, sending messages because I don't want nobody to say they didn't know none of that stuff. But once again, this is my most popular challenge. We've had over 1,000 coaches who have gone through this challenge. So this is not a new challenge. I've been doing this. Now, I haven't run it in the past 2 years. November will be 2 years. So I'm bringing it back. I'm blowing the dust off of it. The way that I've run it before has been what I call the general experience. With this one, we're incorporating a VIP experience, which has implementation labs. So those very same, like for instance, like say for instance, if we had those questions that I just asked you guys, those 3 questions, those of you that would be in the VIP, what we have the implementation lab, in the general experience, we're going to talk about those questions. We'll have breakout sessions, all of that stuff. But those of you that are in the implementation lab, once again, we're literally going to walk step by step through those questions. We're going to literally look at your offers, like pull up your offer, look at we're doing a deep dive. Now, not all 15 of your offers. We'll take one because you can apply it to any offer that you have. But we're going to take one of your offers. We're going to go through those questions. Whatever you need to tweak, you can make those tweaks. You'll get our eyes. You'll get all the other people who are part of the VIP experience. You'll be able to get their feedback. Like I said, it's literally a lab. It's what I call my implementation lab. So we're literally each day, each topic, we're then going to break it down, look at what it is that you have to offer, all of that stuff. Because once again, the level of results that we've gotten with this particular challenge, where literally people have closed $2, $3, $5,000 clients in 5 days, booked out their own challenges, booked out their own, got sales calls booked on their calendar, all of this stuff in 5 days with just the general experience. And so me bringing in the VIP experience, because I want a next level. I want people to be able to close 5 figures in those 5 days that we're together. So that VIP component of it, that's why I brought in this deeper level. I'm like, okay, guys, they've closed $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 clients in 5 days. I want to see some 5-figure action going. I want to see some 5-figure action going on during those 5 days. God, that's what I want to see. I want to see some 5-figure action. And so hence the purpose of that VIP component. Because I'm like, well, God, if they can do a one $5,000 client, there's somebody they can do 2 5, and that's their 5-figure week right there. So that type of thing. And so once again, so the Sign Your Next $2,000 plus coaching client 5-day challenge. Once again, we've had over 1,000 coaches do this challenge. It is the week of July the 24th through the 28th, the week of July 24th through the 28th. And once again, with this challenge right here, it's the 5 days. So first we're going to talk about position your genius. So it's going to be about your messaging. It's going to be about how you're positioning yourself and what it is that you do in your coaching or your service position. And then we're going to talk about your offer. So either packaging a new offer if you don't have one at all, or repackaging a current offer that you have. So very similar to what we were just talking about, repackaging a current offer that you have. Then we're going to talk about your pricing. Once again, for a lot of you guys, when you get to day 3, by the time you are done with day 3, about 90% of you guys are going to raise the price of your offer, period. By the time we get to day 3, at the end of day 3, 90% of the people who are participating in this 5-day challenge, they're going to raise the price of their offer, period. They're going to raise the price of their offer, period. Period, 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 period. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Do you hear me? You better get on in here, Centrail. You better get on in here. So like I said, by the end of day 3, most of you got 90% of you guys are going to actually raise your pricing. And then day 4 and day 5. Day 4 and day 5 is all about sales. Day 4 and day 5 is all about sales. So we're going to talk about the content. We're going to talk about how you can leverage Messenger, your email list, all about sales. Day 4 and day 5 is all about sales. And those of you, if you do the VIP experience, our goal is for you to actually make some sales. Because like I said, we have our calls, and there are going to be things that we're going to do. What your goal is for you to actually try to close the sale during our call. That's going to be the beautiful part. That's going to be the fun part of the implementation lab. So those of you that are doing the VIP experience, that's going to be the fun part. Those of you that do the general experience, once again, you're going to have the content, we're going to have the conversation, and then you'll venture off on your own to be able to do it. But those of you in the VIP experience, once again, we're going to do it together. That's going to be the fun part. That's going to be the fun part. That's going to be the fun part. So once again, like I said, if you do the general experience, you're going to get the content, you're going to get the conversations, all of those things. With the VIP experience, it's about the implementation and us actually doing it together. And that's the main difference between the general experience, which is general experience is $47. So if you want to do the general experience, it's $47. Or if you want to do the VIP experience, it's $97. Most people who sign up so far, they sign up for the VIP experience because they want that implementation piece. Because once again, they don't want to just do it on their own anymore. Like they want to be able to have a group of people. And this is the beautiful part too. Like you're going to do it with a group of people. So you're not going to do it by yourself. And once again, being able to have the other people's eyes and feedback and all of that stuff. Hey, thanks, Valerie. That part. Is that Miss Monroe on here? I see Miss Monroe on here joining us on this beautiful day. Hey, girl. Yes. This part right here, I love the Kingdom Wealth Builders. All of that part right there. And my thing is, it is room in the kingdom for everybody. There is no competition. I'm not competing with everybody. Well, it's another coach in it that's also helping people write their books. And There's more than one type of bread out there on the shelf as well. So y'all, we got to get out of that lack and that scarcity mentality. It's not about that. Not in the kingdom. Not the people that I serve. We're not worried about that. We are not worried about that. You are so great. You're so welcome, Lady T. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, like I said, those of you, if you are interested in joining us, if you are interested in joining us, one thing to note, and I still have not seen people's pre-work. I'm about to start calling some names out in a minute. Time you sign up for the challenge, there's pre-work. Y'all know I'm gonna put y'all to work. Y'all know I'm gonna put you to work. So there's a workbook. Time you sign up, and that workbook is just the pre-work. FYI, that workbook is just the pre-work. You're gonna get a new workbook every day. That workbook is just this first one is just the pre-work. It's just a pre-work. So there should be something I see posted in the big group because there will be a private group for the challenge, but that private group doesn't work, doesn't open until Sunday, July 23rd. So there's a pre-work that I should already be seeing some posts in the big group. I don't see it yet. But there is pre-work. Once again, there's something you have to put in the group, and then there's some journaling activities that you have to do as well. But like I said, time you sign up, there's work to do because we still got 2 weeks. And so in this 2 weeks, I'm gonna put you to work. So you best believe, we're gonna put get the work done. Get the work done. That part right there. Yes, Zelma, you can upgrade. So Zelma, those of you that did the general experience and you want to upgrade to the VIP experience, the very first email that goes out, it has a question in there that says, "Hey, do you want to upgrade?" And so it has a link in there if you want to upgrade. So Zelma, check that first email that went out. If you don't see that link, just let me know. Just shoot me a message. You can either email me or message me a messenger, and we'll make sure that you get that link if you do want to upgrade. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. So, you guys, like I said, I would love to have you guys join us in this challenge. Once again, it's not a new challenge; it's a challenge that I've been doing. Once again, if over 1,000 coaches have done this challenge, it's something to it. If over 1,000 coaches have done this challenge, there is something to it. Period. 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 So, once again, the clickable link is somewhere either above or below my head, whichever, depending upon which space you're watching me from. But you'll just go to bit.ly/Beverly July Challenge. You'll click on the link. You'll have the option of doing the general experience for 47, or you can do the VIP experience for 97. Once you click on that, it will bounce you over to make your payment. Once you make your payment, then it will bounce you over to see, hey, there's a course here. If you want to go ahead and start generating some revenue before the challenge starts, you can either purchase that course or you can click on the link and say, no, I don't want that. And then it will, once you click on it, it'll just bounce you on over to the membership site. Okay. So that you can actually enroll in the membership site for the challenge. So if you have not gotten that email for the membership, then we would love to have you. But like I said, if what I just shared with those 3 questions, like I said, I don't care if you don't join the challenge, at least go implement those 3 questions that I just asked you when it comes to your offer. Go just do those 3 questions and nothing else. But I'm telling you, if those 3 questions piqued your interest, that's just a taste of the types of questions that I'm going to ask you when it comes to your offer. So if you notice with what I just asked you, I didn't say, well, how old is your ideal client? What type of job do they have? Do they have kids? Are they married? I didn't ask none of that. I don't even ask those questions. I don't ask those questions when it comes to who you serve and how you serve them, that type of thing. But I'm telling you, if you want this deep dive, then my challenges, and people will tell you if they've ever done a challenge, a workshop, a program with me, it's not this me reading from a PowerPoint and you just sitting and listening. No, you come in, you literally roll up your sleeves and you're going to get to work. We're going to actually do some work. So that part right there. So if you're interested in joining us in this 5-day challenge, once again, I would love to have you join us. Just click on the link and you can do the VIP experience or you can do the general experience. Either one is fine. You're still going to walk away with something, period. Okay. All right, you guys. So if you have any specific questions for me, feel free to reach out to me. I'm more than happy to answer your questions. You guys, thank you so much. And I will see you guys on the other side of this line. Make sure you join me tomorrow because tomorrow we're going to talk about pricing at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you join me tomorrow as well. All right. So you guys, thank you. And I will see you on the other side of this live. Letitia, we would love to have you. You guys take care. Take care. Take care.